Welcome back to this special presentation of RuneNews. I'm dxthelb, and joining me to talk about the results of the Legacy poll is our very own Gmaster 323. Gmaster, welcome.
Thank you for having me, even though I work for this place.
That's very much alright. You would have heard the comments from MageBit earlier on, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, so you kind of know what I'm going to ask. So you ready?
Yeah,
Gmaster, which way did you vote on the Legacy poll?
I voted for yes because of the EOC was terrible when they made for the players. They needed to go back to actually correct the problems over what they have to do in the future.
Okay, I actually don't have a snappy comeback for that. I wasn't expecting that. Does the size of this result come as a surprise?
To be honest, no. They probably have the same idea of what I've thought of for the EOC.
Wow, this is a strong start. I don't have comebacks for both questions. After all the time that Jagex took defending the evolution of combat on the RuneScape forums, do you think the result of the Legacy poll is a fair indication of just how out of touch they were with the community?
Yeah, because they're actually giving us the chance to actually vote instead of making their own stupid ideas. They need to think about other people over themselves because if they want people to stay and continue the game, they'll have to go back and actually figure out the problem.
I suppose that's true in a way because, like you have said, and also MageBit said, is they made the mistake by going with the evolution of combat, but it wasn't finished. I'm assuming that's what you mean by this.
Yeah, so basically they're just jumping over their problem instead of going back and fixing it because the more they escalate the problem, the worse it's going to get and the more people are going to lose.
That's right, and that's also where beta testing comes into it as well.
Because it gives us a chance to find out all the new updates and when the new programs are coming out. And especially for us, for Rune News, we give out the latest poll.
Did you expect 249,026 people to vote on this legacy poll?
I expected it because of what they've done. They need to bring out some of their friends wanted to come back, but the thing is the EOC was so terrible they didn't want to come back. But the people that decided to stay decided to, well, maybe they'll go back and actually fix the program and try to have my friends come back.
And you think that maybe it was the evolution of combat that drove all those people away?
The EOC,
Yes.
yeah, it's the way they put it as a on the game is just it drawn a lot of people away. Even I left for a while because of the problems.
But you came back.
Yeah, because I wanted to see a change.
And now that the legacy system has been voted on and it has been overwhelmingly successful, you think all those people will start coming back?
Well, at least part of it will come back because they're not going to get everybody's attention from just changing it. They have to get their attention to actually bring them back. So like advertising, even putting on YouTube, putting it on Twitch, Twitter, whatever they can think of. So the only way they bring up people is by doing those ways.
It's a good thing you mentioned, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook and social. That's the main part of the social media, which Jagex have been using a lot of recently. And
Exactly.
yeah, they'll probably use that full on to promote the legacy system.
Yeah, and especially the people they like to watch on YouTube or even talk to on Twitch or Twitter or even Facebook. They'll always have a way to actually communicate with them, to actually think of something funny. They actually watch these guys and it's entertaining. So if they do the update, that means you're just advertising for the Jagex to actually bring back some other people because they changed a lot of things over the time being.
Yes, that's correct.
One person's opinion is different than another person's opinion.
Yes, that's very true. That is very true. Someone could be thinking, "Hey, I like this," while about 10 other people saying that this is crap.
Exactly.
Do you think some mods should fall on their swords now they know just how many people voted for Legacy?
Well, what I heard from MageBit, they're saying one person actually said, "I'm sorry for the convenience." But again, the people that are higher up from those people should be taking more of the blame, even though they barely play the game themselves.
Do you think that the higher ups uh, should not only be telling the developers what to do, but do you think that the higher ups at Jagex should also be beta testing and testing this stuff?
Yes, because what they should do is actually get walk around in the game and play once in a while and think what they think. They might think, "Oh, looks this," but maybe if they actually go around and ask questions to other players and how they feel about this stuff.
It'll also, yeah, if the Jagex higher ups do walk around and do speak to the people, then they'll get a fair indication of whether or not A, this idea is going to be good, or B, this is not going to be a great idea.
Exactly.
Alright. There is a current poll on RuneScape 3 regarding the combat levels. Should we stay at level 200 or should we go back to combat level 138? In effect, another backhand against the evolution of combat. Gmaster, which way did you vote on this?
To be honest, it was actually in the middle. To be honest, I don't see that there's a difference. It's just doing the same levels for the same skills.
And finally, a hypothetical question. If you were assisting programming the legacy mode in RuneScape 3, where would you put the switch option for legacy slash EOC?
In the graphics setting bar, it's where all the other settings are, and it's just easier for that because if you have to go full screen or want to change all this stuff, bloom, shadow, distance, or anything in that category, I think it'll be best to put it right by the bottom right corner.
Well, this is going to spark a lot of debate. I know a lot of people are going to have their own thoughts on this. MageBit's had his own thoughts on this one, and now Gmaster, you've had your own thoughts about this one. It's going to be a tough one to answer. But in the meantime, I want to thank you, Gmaster, for joining me here today.
Well, thank you for having me, and I'll see you at work tomorrow.
Thanks. Coming up after the break, my final thoughts on the Legacy poll and the Legacy system. Don't go away.